Hello Minecrafters, and welcome to episode 43 of our Direwolf 20 Let's Play series. In our last episode, we took our hungry node, we moved it to a tainted biome, or a tainted area, and we converted it then into a tainted node. And what this did was it then lost its hungry, so it wasn't trying to vacuum in everything around it. And then that allowed us to move it back here to the house a little more safely, and then capture it within this node transducer and node stabilizer to make it an energized node. And then what we've done is we've attached these little node relay things. And what that does is it takes the energy, or Vis relay, it takes the energy, the Vis power from this, and spreads it throughout. Now, these relays can be up to, I believe, 8 blocks apart. And as you can see, they just activated. And the reason for that is this, but I'm not at that point yet, so take that off real quick. Another thing we have been working on is converting our charcoal here into Alumentum. And the reason for this is the burn time. 6400 versus what, 1600 I believe from charcoal. Yeah, 1600 from charcoal, so a considerably longer burn time. Now originally I just had these three here set up. This one I had charcoal going into, this one I have cobblestone going into so that I can get the Perdido. But what I found was this was producing a lot faster than this, so there was kind of a lag. So then I added a second setup, taking the cobblestone apart to get the Perdido. And then I realized, if I can fly, that this one was over, or these two were overproducing this one. So I'm experimenting with 3 taking apart cobblestone and 2 taking apart the charcoal into our alchemical constructs. So basically you've got 1.5 feeding here, 1.5 feeding here, and it seems to be doing pretty well. So yeah, that looks like it's a pretty close mix. I did try playing around with bellows, which I now kind of wish I hadn't, because earlier I had said, oh, you're backed up. I forgot one very important thing for you. There, now you can void that off. Okay. For now, we're just voiding this all off because it's not something we're going to use. In the future, I have some ideas on some things I want to do to hopefully make a better storage for that. If you're familiar with it, I'm looking into trying to figure out and get started on crystallizers. May do that this episode, I'm not sure. I haven't played around with it any, so if we do anything with it this episode, it'll just be kind of experimenting with it, so who knows. But anyways, we need to make use of our energized node here, and that is one of the next things that I wanted to look into doing. So let's see, where was that? I always get lost in this thing. Alright, that's this. There was one other thing I wanted to show you. And it's wherever the bellows are. There we are. In order to get to the arcane bellows, I had to research the infernal furnace, which, as you can see, is a forbidden knowledge miner. Now, I haven't made this. I just had to research it to get to the bellows, so I could test the bellows on this to see how they did as far as increasing the, or decreasing the production time. And it was really strange because I put like 3 bellows on that one back there, and I opened this up and I could watch this run, but it seemed like it would run really fast and then kind of slow, and then really fast and then kind of slow, so it didn't really seem that consistent. Basically what I would do is I've got a timer, and and I would count 10 cycles and time it. And at one point it was doing 10 cycles in 20 seconds, and at another point it would do 10 cycles in 9 seconds. So I'm not real sure about the consistency, but this setup seemed to work pretty well. So now I'm not using the bellows, which I had to research, and now I have flux, or warp, excuse me. And so every once in a while I get that, oh, I'm not sure what the photographer's term for it is, but I know there is one, but basically where it darkens around the edges of the screen, and you hear the heartbeat. So let's see. Yeah, and you get this little strange whispers reveal secrets to you, and I'm not real sure what I'm getting from that. So, but anyways, as I digress again, the next thing we wanted to look at is the Vis Charging Relay. And for this we're going to need a Vis relay, which I think I've got a couple, great wood rods, and iron ingots. So I can put that there. Great wood rod. And you might be able to hear my keyboard a little more than usual in the background. The reason for that is I went out last night to Best Buy and picked up, I thought I had another ingot there. Okay. And picked up a new keyboard, and really liking it. It's the Logitech G910. I had the Logitech G510, I think, and I had issues with the keys being kind of intermittent. So finally got frustrated with it, took it back, got this instead, and really liking it so far. And what have I done wrong? Vis relay. Well, why are those not? Oh, let me guess. I got to do those a different way. Guess I better look up those sticks. Okay, I got to use logs to do that. And that's what I get for sitting here talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, that's one. And there's our two. So that should work. And our relay. Alright, so this gives us our Vis Charging Relay. And I'm going to take that out of there for now. And basically what you do is you just put this on top, and you'll see that it now ties in with our Vis relay. So now our energized node over here will charge whatever is put on here. So if we take one of our wands, I'll just go ahead and throw that one on there. See, it kind of glows, and this changed colors, and it actually runs a little bit thicker. Well, if we go back in here and you hover over it, you can see how this is changing. It works pretty well. It's not super fast, and it might not be quite as fast as walking up to a node, but because of the way we've got this set up and the time that we put into building up the Hungry node, it is pretty quick, and it's constant. And we're not having to go around node to node to node to node to node. So this is one of the things I was working toward. And so now you can see just the last one filling up there. And like I said, it runs pretty well. But the really cool thing about it is, once this is done, you can pull it out and throw another wand in there and walk away. Another thing you can use, and that is something that I was talking about was in my bar up here and I had to take out, is a Vis stone. And you can see it says that it slowly recharges held wands. Well, now you can put this in a wand recharging station to recharge it. But you can also come over here, and as you can see, this lights up because I'm getting near it. And the reason is it's activated. And what it's doing is it's charging this necklace with V. And so then what'll happen is, do I have a wand? Yes. what I want to do, okay, as you can see here, it's not doing anything. But once I put that on my, or in my hand, now you'll see it slowly going up. Now no, it's not fast. It's not too bad, but it is slow. But the cool thing about it is, you can take that with you. You can have this with you if you wanted to. You could charge up a few of these and put them in a bag or something like that and keep them with you. But yeah, a couple of different ways that we can use that to recharge wands, staffs, you know, whatever you've got on you. Throw that in there to go ahead and finish it off. And grab my other 2 wands out of here. That one's already done. Throw that one in. So, really, really happy with that. I think it was worth the effort that we put into that. And we're going to make other uses of that as well. Not really sure exactly where we're going to go with it. But I do want to do some other things with that. And let's see, this is the Vis storage. That's going to take a little more research. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that right now. Trying to remember what it was I was planning to go toward next. This is one of the things I want to look into playing around with and seeing what we can do. So let me grab a few things, get a few things put together, and we'll start toying around with the Essentia crystallization. Hold on just a minute. Okay, and we're back, and I've got everything here together to make my crystallizer, my Essentia crystallizer. So we'll pull that out, and actually as soon as you pull it out, you can see this wand starts to recharge. So I've noticed with some of the crafting that I've been doing off camera, pretty much by the time I get done crafting one thing and get ready to start on the next, it's recharged and ready to go. So let's just take this and throw it on here and see how this thing reacts. Now, one of the things I'm hoping is that my Vis network should link up to it to increase. That's not what I wanted to hit. Did I make the wrong thing? No, there it is. My Vis network should link up to it to make it faster as well. And there we go. So you can see where that's green, and that's how fast we're pulling, and it's actually working faster than we would be voiding off. So that's pretty cool. What would I need to put up there? I can put a chest up there. We got any chests out here? Don't see any, but hey, I can make one. So there we go. We are now crystallizing our Terra. That way we don't waste it off on the void. And might start playing around with the crystallizer even more, because it would be nice to be able to, you know, utilize some of this over here rather than voiding them off. And also with having the Essentias crystallized, you could then use that over here in the crucible rather than, you know, wasting aspects and things like that. So a lot of potential with this, and like I said, because it has linked up here, this is running a whole lot faster than it would normally. So that makes it really handy. And I'm gonna need something larger here before long because of all that this produces. And just thought about something else. I've also got these. I had made some extra jars because I wanted to go ahead and store some up in case I needed it, but now I can take my extra ones, throw them down here, and let that burn them all off. So that's cool. Yeah. And that might lead into what I wanted to look at next. If I can find it. There it is. How difficult would this be? I've got to have the arcane lamp before I do the lamp of growth. Nitor. Tell you what, let me see what I can find, and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, golems running back and forth, getting Essentia spread out, getting ready for the last step on this. So basically what I've done is I went in and created the arcane lamp with the daylight sensor, 2 iron ingots, amber block, and nitor. This was done on the arcane workbench. And so then you place that on the center altar, and then gold, bone meal, and earth shard opposing. So gold there to here, earth there to there, and bone meal there to there. So then we have our essentias as well. We have 16 Herba, 8 Lux, and 16 Victus. And so in theory we should just be able to hit this, and as we hover over this you can see the essentias that are being drawn in and the amounts. And I know that the lamp of growth, it used to that you could just put a jar nearby, or you could use mirrors or things like that, but I don't think it works quite like that anymore, so gonna have to test out. I believe it can either run off the Vis network, or you can pipe it from jars. I'm not real sure, but anyways, we now have our lamp of growth. So let's see, where do I want to put that? Because this is backed up and this is backed up, and why is that a different color? Maybe it's just a lighting glitch, I don't know. Anyways, so really this is the only thing running right now. How many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I wonder if I put that there. I wonder if I can get a Vis relay to that. Wonder if I have any more Vis relays. I know I made a few, but I've used a few also. And it's a small little item. I know this used to be broke, but hopefully it's not anymore. Ah, Vis relay. Okay, looks like that's working now. Sweet. I can double click in the bottom and it'll highlight the one I need. Alright, so I want to place this one here. And then, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Place that one there. It's not quite reaching. Okay. Place it there. There we go. Now it reaches that, but it's not reaching the one over there. Okay. I got beat up by a tree. Okay, so what if... you're not going to reach there. Just kind of testing things out right now, see what'll reach and what'll work. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to run these on Vis Network. Alright, well that's got it to it, but it doesn't look like it's lit up. Let's see. Let me check on a couple of things, try a couple of things, and I'll be right back. Alright, well it looks like I had read wrong, because I thought I had read somewhere that you could run the lamp of growth off your Vis network. But reason being is this is fed Herba. Well, Herba is a compound, and anything in a node is going to be broken down into the primal components. But what you can do is, we'll take that and put it here. You can pipe it. Alright, now it connected. And so now you can see that it just took off on growth right here in this area. But you can pipe it, so there are a lot of options you can do with that. What I may do is leave that here and pipe it down under, and then I can just burn off leaves in it. Because I should be able to come up with a couple of leaves without a problem. One thing I can do, and this is actually kind of funny, if you remember last episode, as we were moving the hungry node out, I shut this down. And what this is this is what was producing my crafting tables. Well, I've got a little bit of lumber left because I never shut down the tree farm. So as you come over here, you can see this just huge clump of tree, because it has pretty much grown trunk to trunk all the way around. So gonna have to clear this out, and I figure I can get a few leaves from this. So yeah, that ought to work. So I think what I'm going to do is look into, I can just go up under here. And I could put that right here, because I'm only going to be pulling one essentia. Yeah, let me get a few things together and I'll be right back. Alright, and I believe I have everything I need, so we want to come over to place that. Then our Alembic there and there. And let me grab one of these and one of these. Okay, got more than I thought I did. Somehow. Alright, so one of those. There, I want you there. And put that there. And good, it did go in the right spot. So I want that and that. Oh wait, I need to put my labels on first to make sure that as we progress, they will always go in the same spot. And put my void jar, Sentia tube, so then any of that we make will be voided off. And then I want to break through there and connect that. Yeah. And where did my lamp go? Oh, there it is. Okay. And put the lamp on top of this. There. And we can see by it lighting up that it's now working. Sweet. Alright, now we can go back down below and see if we can't automate this. Because that's not going to last very long. Alright, so first of all, I gotta get this into here like that. That's an insert. Change the redstone, so that should be going to there. Good. Alright, I want to bring charcoal over. So that's going to be not there. Oh, it does. It's already there. Alright, and disable that. Disable. Disable. And I believe I should be able to just bring that around and go under. Place that one and that one. If I shift left click, I'll pull that and I will set that to insert. And now we have our charcoal going in. And I believe that should have it running. Yes? No? Maybe? I'm not seeing any essentia in that. I mean, I should be. Saw that one appear shortly. I wouldn't think that thing's burning it off that quick. I don't want to do that. Oh, there it is. Okay, I guess maybe it just had to fill that thing up there. Alright, now it's glowing and doing its thing. And we have extra there. So let's go up top side and see what we got. We have trees growing really, really fast. Sweet. And you know what? One other thing I was thinking is with the faster tree production, we shouldn't need the octatic. So let's drop that down to a double layer and see how that does. And we'll go ahead and get rid of some of these saplings on the outer edge so they don't grow, because we don't want them to grow outside of the range. Of the farmer, or the farming thing. growing so fast now. Okay, this is already replanted. Alright, so it looks like we're at about 2 on either side. That we were not, or 2 less all the way around. So a little bit smaller, less power, but a lot faster growth. And I think that's going to do well for this. So now we're going to keep a surplus of this. And so then this will stop until that gets taken out, and then it'll do one more. This will go off into the jar, and once this hits 64, it'll still accept, but it'll void off the excess. And we're feeding it off the charcoal that we're already producing anyways. So yeah, I think that's a good upgrade to that. And yeah, we might actually want to look at changing some of our other farm areas over to something that will run off of some of this Thaumcraft stuff as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So not a bad episode, I believe. We have our Alumentum production. That's a nice increase there. A little over 30,000. So that's trucking on along. Let's see. We're a little slow on that. Are all these? Yeah, they're all empty. I might want to add one more, I guess. I don't know. Because that one's full. Oh, come on. Okay, fine. I'll walk around. Yeah, and that one's full. But these aren't running. Why is that? Evidently, this can't receive it fast enough. Alright, let's throw a void jar down there. Alright, let me break that. And put a void jar there. And it's still not going to do it. Well, let's break that then. Because, to be honest, I've got plenty of those crystals right now. 32, that one's going down. Let's let that one get all the way down and see what happens then. But that one's not. Or, okay, that one is. And that one goes all the way down. Alright, looks like that one's going down now. So maybe if we put the crystallizer. Oh, it'll work upside down, but I don't want that. Alright, what if we put the crystallizer here? That should pull from that. Do I have a wand? I have a wand. And we'll just cut that off. That way we can let all this go to the crystallizer. For now anyways. Figure I'll let that chest get full. Still not quite fast enough. I'll put that there. That should catch any overflow. Alright, so now these are all producing. So hopefully, yeah, that's much better. Much better. Yep, that's coming back down. That's coming back down. So yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Okay, so got that resolved. Alright, so I think that'll wrap up this episode. Why is my Vis network? Is that just a render issue? Oh, that's full. Well, all my wands are full. I can't test it, all my wands are full. Anyways, I'm gonna guess that's just a render issue. Yeah. Anyways, that'll wrap up this episode. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you did like it. And if you did, I hope that you will help me out by clicking like down below. If you have any questions or any suggestions you'd like to make sure to make those comments down below as well. I do try to read those and respond as needed. And if you have not already and would like to be notified when we post up our videos, make sure to subscribe so you can get that notification. But most of all, I hope that you were entertained. Maybe you learned something. I know I have. And but like I said, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm Jim Slate. Take care and God bless.